Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to our Road to Glory career mode. Good to see ya. Hope I find you well. We've a lot to get through today as we start with our Champions League group stage final match to see if we can secure the top seed out of the group, which in turn may give us an easier game in our first knockout round, but there are no easy games in Champions League knockout football. So yeah, there is that game coming up. We also have a top of the table clash as we face off against Manchester City in one of the two live games we've got later on today. So sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy what we have in store for you. Starting with showing you the slider settings that we have been running with throughout pretty much most of this series. I do sometimes get comments from you guys asking me about them. I try to show you them at the start of every episode, but sometimes I forget. So I apologize if I have done in recent episodes, but there they are anyway, unchanged as always. On our side, everything remains at 50. But heading into this game, I'm not sure if Leipzig were definitely through the group or not. So I don't know if they were still playing for qualification or if they'd already made it through and it was purely about top seed. But all we knew was if we win, we top the group pretty much. So I was pretty confident heading into this game, and I've got to say, there wasn't a whole lot happening in this match. And the first goal, actually, I was unaware as to whether or not it had taken a deflection, finding its way into the bottom corner. Lopez's shot, as you'll see, we might get a better look at this in a moment from another angle. But yeah, I don't know if it did take a slight deflection. Even so, the ball was in the net, and that is what mattered as we were leading. Lopez was running the show a little bit in this first half. Solano found him, and he maybe could have shot himself, decided to be selfless, lay it across, and Vargas was there to make it 2-0 just before the half-time whistle. And a really good first half from us. And in fact, there was time for one more opportunity right at the end of the game. Solano with it, and some good defending from Leipzig made sure the score was not 3-0. But the victory was ours, the top spot was ours, and we'll see what the draw is going to be later on in the video. So stay tuned for that. But the rest of the games we have now to show you are all in the Premier League. And if you've been following the series, you'll know how things stand. City have had a scintillating start to their league campaign, which means the slip-ups, we just can't afford any, really. So coming up against West Ham here at their place, they proved to be quite a tough team to play against in the first half at least. They actually started things off attacking down the right-hand side. In the end, the cross in, we dealt with it. Dest headed it away towards Rice. And as Rice charges forward, I was just waiting for someone to make a run. In the end, we have to slow things down a little bit. Solano picks this up, plays the ball to Kovalenko, who turns back on his right foot and from a very, very tight angle, manages to fire it home. So we were in front, but I wasn't totally, in control of the match. We weren't really dominating this one. And you can see, as I believe it was Wilshere hit the post for West Ham just before the break. Yeah, some nerves were starting to show. So I felt like we needed a second goal just to make sure of the points. We nearly got it after some St. Maximin silky skills. And his shot was saved. But with 3 minutes to go, it turned out that the one goal was enough from the game. But as I show you these match facts, not our finest performance. 4 shots, I believe we had, to their 1. That one being the one where they hit the post. So if that goes in, they might get a 1-1 draw. We drop points again. But I have simmed quite a few games in today's episode. Hopefully you've been following those results. That's purely to get us through the season a little bit quicker. With Champions League games now to play as well, it means that we have so many more games to play per season. So yeah, the games where I feel like we'll get a result, I've just decided to go ahead and sim them. But this game against Newcastle was a very interesting one for me, because as you'll see, straight from kickoff, we don't edit it out, because Newcastle made the move, which I was actually fearing them a little bit when I saw them do this. It's an unreal passing move, which results in a chance for Eddie Nketiah. And as you'll see, they take the lead against us after 3 minutes at St. James's Park. So I was left scratching my head a little bit as to how they did that. But all in all, it was just an unbelievable passing move. The issue I have, and I've spoke about this, it might have been in the My Player career mode, is teams don't generally change their tactics when they need to, right? Because when Newcastle scored that goal, they then sat behind the ball for as long as I can remember, which I'm totally fine with. I understand defending a lead, but as we would go back to try and find an equaliser, the minute that we got our equalising goal, I felt they should have tried to go back and attack and see if they could win the game. They've shown they are able to create chances, so when we eventually equalise with about half an hour to play, I expected to see them maybe change their game plan a little bit and start to press forward a bit more, but they just didn't. And you saw how good they could have been. So I was a little bit surprised more than anything at how good they started, but then left a little bit frustrated by the fact they didn't try to attack again. And that's shown in the match facts at the end, as we would go on to win this one by 2-1. As you'll see the match facts in a moment, they ended up with one shot, that coming in the first 3 minutes. And there was still 20 minutes to go when we went 2-1 in front. So, and I was at a 3 at the back formation. I'd switched to our attacking formation. So there was opportunity, should they have wanted to go forward, for them to maybe create something. They just didn't try. So yeah, I was fairly fortunate, or we were fairly fortunate, to come away with the win. I say that, we had 14 shots, 10 on target. So were we fortunate, or was it just we deserved the win? I'll let you guys decide that. But for now, that does us for the post-com section. Let's jump to the live games we've got for you. We are nearing the halfway stage of the season, and City, 18 games played, 17 wins, and just the 1 draw, but they have dropped points. Can we be the first team to beat them this season? They come to our place, and we know that if we don't win the game, at the minimum, we're going to be 6 behind them should we draw, or potentially 9 behind if we lose the game. So, yeah, this is important to our Premier League season, but whilst we show you that, I also want to show you the draw for the Champions League, because I'm not sure I've shown you it yet, so I should have just stayed in the Premier League table and it would have been easier. But here it is then. There were 3 teams that I was maybe thinking would have been a good start for us. Those were Valencia, Milan and Lyon. Now, obviously in real life, Lyon just beat Manchester City to get through to the Champions League semi-finals, was it? Was it the semi-finals? I believe it was. So yeah, they were the 3 I was looking at. We ended up getting Valencia, which is good for us, in my opinion. Out of all the teams we could have got, Valencia was one of the games I wanted. So I'm happy with that. We go to their place first. But we don't have to worry about that just yet, because that is somewhat in the future. But now it's all about the Premier League. And this City game, I'm not making any changes to the team. So you'll see as I go into this who is starting where. And we really have to go for this. And there is the team then. Henderson in goal, Pedrosa, Todibo, Aya, Dest, Rice, Kovalenko, Lopez, Vargas, Solano, and Saint Maximin. No Bardi through injury, otherwise he probably would have started. De La Vega on the bench as well, so we have some quality should we want to use it. We've even got Lacerda as well, maybe to come on in midfield. And other than that, it's like defensive changes. And I think Jose Perez as well. So here we go. If anyone is to find a way past this City side this season, you'd think it would be us. For the neutral, this should be a very entertaining game. For us, however, we will have to be concentrated for the full 90 minutes. You cannot make a mistake against a side like them. It's a very good team as well, and Solano gets this game underway. I'm just going to try and hold on to possession for the first few minutes so that we frustrate them a little bit and see if that allows us to find a gap in what will probably be quite a resilient defence. City boasting the best defensive record in the league. On the flip side, we boast the best attacking record as Solano is in. And Solano does not need a second invitation to find the back of the net. And there were talk before this game about our Colombian striker and about his recent performances. And the media were saying he's had a couple of poor games. Now, that silences them. I said in the pre-match press conference, which I don't generally show you too much now because, you know, we've been in the game for so long. We know what it's about. And I said about the fact that he knows where the net is and he knows what he's got to do today. And there you go. First sight of goal. Finds the back of the net for his 11th of the season. And 24 minutes into this game, we have found the lead. City at the moment just don't seem to be able to sort themselves out defensively. What a ball from Saint Maximin! What was Ederson doing there? I don't know what he was thinking. If Lopez had have got his volley right, it was 2-0. And the interesting factor here is Saint Maximin in towards the penalty area. Lopez waits. A beautiful pick out from Alan Saint-Maximin to Lopez for us to find the second here at the New Lawn. And is that the goal that secures us the 3 points? The interesting factor about Manchester City is that they half put on the press, but they don't fully commit to it. And that leaves a gap between the strikers and the midfielders, which we're just sort of playing in. And as soon as we get it in that area, they're not quite quick enough to get the bodies back behind the ball that I fancy our chances going forward. Just not strong enough in the challenge there. Again, as we now break away, Saint-Maximin is having a great time out there on the right-hand side. Ball through to Lopez. Calmly across. Oh, no, he's overplayed it. He's overplayed it, but Cancelo puts it into his own net as Vargas was searching back for the ball across to Lopez. City need to find an answer to Alan Saint-Maximin because he is running the show down the right-hand side. They lost it as they came forward, and then we broke at speed as we so often do. But they need to find an answer. Alan Saint, oh, it's through the legs of Edison. Oh, that's even worse when you see it again. Cancelo own goal, putting it through his own goalkeeper's legs. Tell you what, for me, man of the match today, Saint-Maximin. He's making things happen on that right wing. Gabriel Jesus trying to find a way through, but we are defending so well. Lopez now off to Kovalenko, the run from Solano. And City opened up again. Is this about to be number 4? No, because Edison pulls off the save. 15 minutes to go. It's looking like a formality that the points are ours from this game. And we will be handing City their first defeat of the season. And the referee ends this one off. A 3-0 victory over the league leaders, who had allowed 5 goals before today, but they were coming up against the best attack in the league as things stood. And it was the attack that proved to be the difference on the day. They didn't find an answer to Alan Saint-Maximin down the right-hand side, and they couldn't find a way through our very solid back line. Lopez picks up the man of the match. Alan Saint-Maximin with a 9.2. Solano playing at a 9 match rating. So, yeah, there was 0.1 rating separating Lopez and Alan Saint-Maximin. Lopez with an assist and a goal to his name, which is probably why he got it over Saint-Maximin. But I still think that right-hand side was the difference for us tonight. We were getting in and we were able to make things happen through Alan Saint-Maximin. So, yeah, well done to him. Well done to the entire team, actually, as well, because it's not easy coming up against a side that have yet to lose all season, and sometimes that can play on your mind and affect your performance, but today we did not let it happen. And overall, yeah, what a display that is. So it moves the gap down to 3 points. We still have to play them again, remember, and then at that point, if it's still 3 points, we'll have to beat them in order to make sure that we are able to jump them, provided goal difference is in our favour. I think there's one more game to come in December, which, if I remember rightly, is against Villa. Yes, it is. There you go. And I was going to go ahead and sim this game before we move into January. Now, I'm not sure what the plan is moving forward, because I probably spoke about this in the post-com section, but just in case I forget to do so, with us being in the Champions League, and I was hoping that, you know, we would still be in the Premier League, and that has been the case, I might just play a lot more games post-com to allow me to get through the season a little bit quicker. And unfortunately, Jose Antonio doesn't look like he wants to re-sign a new deal, so we could be losing him at the end of the season for free anyway. But if we win the Champions League this year, this will be the last season, so it doesn't really matter. So let me sim the Villa game, and then I'll probably play Everton to end off the day. And then we're into the January transfer window, where we'll see if there's any movement for us, albeit I don't really expect there will be. Watch us go and lose to Villa now. If that happens, I'll cry. Surely. Thank you. A 3-1 win. De La Vega, Solano and Saint-Maximin with the goals. Does us nicely. Will we come out of game and see that City have dropped points? Of course they didn't. 20 games in Everton to end off today. Let's get into it. Starting with the Everton lineup then, and here it is. Pickford in goal. Conan, Gibson, Denier, Holgate as the back four, El Shaarawy, Falcao, Lerma and Marriott, with Harvey Barnes in behind Mayoral. For us, unchanged to the team that just beat Manchester City. And we are looking for the same result here against Everton away at Goodison Park. They get us underway. We generally struggle most when teams sit behind the ball. What has just happened here? Why is Solano not reacting? Did you see Solano? He's sort of in a world of his own. He was completely through. Vargas plays the ball and he just didn't realise. That was unbelievable from Solano. What is he doing? Anyway, we've still got possession here with St. Maximin. And we know how good he is in these areas. Lifts it across. Solano make up for it. Straight at Pickford. What is going on with our number 9? Vargas is so quick, and as you'll see, using that pace to his advantage, he drives down this left-hand side, goes for goal himself, and the second one, and Solano's there. It is 1-0. It's the goal that's been coming so far in this first half. We've been able to open up this Everton defence rather easily and haven't taken the chances when they've come our way. Solano, of course, in dream world, it seemed like, for his first, and then he headed his second straight at Pickford. But Vargas, that's the pace, man. We have so much pace in this team. It's actually mental. We can just run, and teams just can't keep up. You know, I'm pretty sure, in fact, let me have a quick look at this. I'm pretty sure all of my front three and Lopez are all above 95 pace. So there you go. Vargas 97, 98 acceleration with 97 sprint speed, 96 for Solano, 98 for St. Maximin, and 99 for Lopez, 99 for Dest, 98 for Pedrosa. I feel like I'm just utilising pace. Feels like Ultimate Team. But yeah, our team is rapid, man. Everton here sent some bodies up to try and find maybe a goal back in this game, and it could well lead to them conceding the second one as Vargas is through, and he's looking for the far corner. And Mateus Vargas finds it. It is 2-0 and that should be the game, set and match. Everton caught out, sending players up to try and get a chance to pull themselves level. Was caught out on the counter. And that is the utilisation of the pace that we were speaking about before. Vargas has a quality finish to boot. 10 minutes to play here as Lacerda's found well by Kovalenko. And now in towards the penalty area. Lacerda back. De La Vega. How has he missed that? That's harder to miss than score. He's just too casual. He just side foots it, but too casually. How has that not gone in? Well, it's been another good performance from us. Maybe not as dominating as the City game, but to some, degree, you up your game depending on who you're playing. I'm not saying Everton are not a good side, because that is not true at all. What I'm saying is, we came up against a Manchester City team that were running rings round everybody, so we had to up our game there. Today, we've got the job done, ultimately. We've missed a couple of chances, which we really should have taken. But we're still happy with the performance, and with 3 minutes to go, as Henderson throws this one out wide, I accidentally threw it a little bit too quickly there, as we were trying to get ourselves back off and running quickly. Mayoral with the shot, Henderson with the save. And it's going to be an Everton corner. Will they get themselves a consolation goal? I want this clean sheet purely because Henderson's had nothing to do all game, really, up until now. And he catches that one. Let's just take our time this time. Nothing stupid. In fact, can we release it and try and get Vargas in? Oh, the accuracy wasn't there with the kick. It was a nice idea. Just need to practice it a bit more on the training pitch first. But as the time ticks away, that will be another win for us. And it'll lead us nicely to the end of the episode, where we can check out the table and all that good stuff. And maybe we might see one new signing this transfer window. We'll have to wait and see with that. So here is the table then, as we end off today. 21 games played, 3 points the gap between us and the top of the table. We do, however, have goal difference on our side, so if we need to use that, we might be able to come the end of the season. Spurs 5 behind us in third, Liverpool behind them on 49. And then there's a 6-point gap to 5th placed Arsenal. As we scroll down, you can see some of the other teams and where they lie. Chelsea in mid-table now. Wolves in the relegation zone with Huddersfield and Norwich. Villa and Burnley, though, not too far away from it. So they'll be wanting to pick up some results to make sure they don't creep into the relegation zone. I showed you the Champions League, but we are still in the FA Cup and the draw has been made. We will face off against Oxford United in round 3, so that should be a pretty simple win for us with the sim game, especially if we play our strongest team. Say that now, if we end up losing to them, that's going to look silly, isn't it? But that is it for today, my friends. A massive thank you for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. A huge thank you for all of your support on the channel. If you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button down below to follow me on the channel and help me get one step closer to 100,000 subscribers. I will see you all for another video, maybe tonight with the My Player Career mode. If not, it'll probably be tomorrow. But until then, stay safe everyone, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll catch you all again soon. Adios!